Hello, and welcome to Starting Points, where one thing leads to another. In this video, I'm going to use my starting point as something from this annotated Wizard of Oz, but I'm going to also include some music and some paintings. So, bear with me. There are examples of one thing leads to another. As I was looking through the annotated Wizard of Oz, I came to a page in here that showed a article in the Los Angeles Daily Times in 1913. And it says, "One more week of the tick-tock Man of Oz made possible." And then in bold print it says, "Read this telegram. It explains itself." New York, April 9th. Congratulations on the success of the tick-tock Man of Oz. Owing to Foy's big business in Denver, agreeable to us to postpone engagement at the Majestic for 1 week. Foy must open Monday, April 21st. This will allow you third week of the tick-tock Man. Now, perhaps the promoters of that had gotten in touch with him and said, "Is there any way you could postpone? Because the crowds are just loving this and fully attended all the performances." And there's pictures of song and dance that I can see as part of this production. And then it tells me that this was an advertisement and it's courtesy of the Library of Congress. Now, I never realized that in the United States the Library of Congress would keep newspapers dating way back, maybe on some sort of a photographic process. And then on the next page, I was struck by the photo that shows one man standing, maybe high-stepping or dancing, and another man with one hand on the piano keys. It says, L. Frank Baum, that's the man who's standing and often performs in these productions, and Louis F. Gottschalk during the production of the Tick-Tock Man of Oz from the Los Angeles Times, April 3rd, that's the day they opened, 1913, courtesy of the Library of Congress. Well, when I saw that, my mind said to me, "You know, Larry, you know this Louis F. Gottschalk. He wrote music for the piano." So, my first one thing leads to another. So, it reminded me that I had an LP, and it's called The Banjo, using a sort of a tambourine-like thing there, and the rest are all involved with placement of the banjo. And other Creole ballads, Cuban dances, Negro songs, and caprices, composed for the piano by Louis Moreau Gottschalk. And it gives his dates, 1829 to 18 69. So this is not the same person as was in that photograph. That was Louis F. Gottschalk, and this is Louis M. Gottschalk. And it shows a riverboat. It's a barge. It's pulled in. You see a man dancing and a man playing the violin. And this is piano music is performed by Eugene List, and I enjoyed the music. There were a lot of neat pieces. Eugene List wanted to promote the writing of Louis M. Gottschalk as a composer. When he was playing it, a lot of years had gone by. There had been ragtime. There had been piano players who played things like that turn of the century. So I was then connected with a surprise. We had a place that sold CDs, and I had a way to listen to CDs, separate little system that went along with the LP record player. And Gottschalk, piano music, Philip Martin. Now that's a different pianist, but I was attracted by the moon and the painting that was on the cover of this. And well, I bought it, and there was 71 minutes of piano music, Mazurka and Columbia and Union, some of the short titles, a minuet, a Seville, a dance, ballads, and so I went back to that store and found they had a second CD and a third CD, and I got them and quite enjoyed them, and that led me to wonder if perhaps on YouTube, if I typed in Eugene List or the banjo or Louis M. Gottschalk, if I could find any of the music that's been recorded. And I could. Some by Liszt and some by Philip Martin. In fact, the Philip Martin ones, I found there were 8 CDs he made. So Louis M. Gottschalk composed a lot of music for the piano. Now, so you can go and check it out if you're interested. Now, the cover painting had caught my eye, and I thought, well, I have print made of it that's makes it, I hope, a lot easier to see. This painting, if you wanted to see it, I think you have to go to the City Art Museum of St. Louis to see it. Now, Here's the flatboat has pulled in and docked, and steamboat, canoe, some other boat out in the Mississippi, and these men are celebrating. They've brought kegs and bales and of things. I'm thinking that these might have seeds in them, because this girl and her brother, I'm assuming, she's putting some seeds that she's found together in a little pile. Are they corn? Peas? Beans? I don't know. Maybe one of the bundles got a tear and they poured out on the walkway there. But the real focus is on this dancer who's tapping away on a wood surface. The fiddler, the tambourine man, and this young black man whose clothes are quite torn, sleeves, shoulder, but he's happy as can be, as are the three principal people that I can see here. Others have smiles on their face. Now, there may be two other black people in here, but I can't make it out from this print. But I can certainly see the painting better. This man has got a hat on and a vest-like thing that would remind me of a Frenchman. Because that river, all the rivers from the Detroit and so forth, that flowed in to the Mississippi, was claimed by the French. There's bound to be some French influence there. But just the characters, that sense of enjoyment in music, different maybe nationalities, all having a good time together. And now, here's one that I showed you before, but I'll re-show it in case you didn't see that. It was on a Winslow Homer. I was doing things on the ships and sharks, the famous painting of his with sharks. And here's some fishermen, not fishing for sharks. And there's a keelboat, and their dog, I remember not quite being sure what that animal was. And now this painting is courtesy of the Art Gallery of Kansas City, Missouri. And the third painting that I have here to show you is this painting. It's in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. And it's called the Fur Traders, descending the Missouri, done about 1845. Maybe a little overlap there with Gottschalk's dates. And this creature, I'm almost sure, is a dog. It's not a big black cat. But again, the kind of clothing and hats and that river passageway for people in the sky, this late evening sky with the color in it, and so the music playing. There's a little bit more I do want to say about it, because I got thinking about space and the moon that we looked at, and I thought, there's been some music written about space, and there's Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, for example, or Holst, the planets, with different movements for the different planets, and music that was used in the 2001 Space Odyssey. Well, let me just say one more word about the work of George Bingham. He did one of Daniel Boone escorting settlers through the Cumberland Gap. Well, I never realized that. That's a classic painting. And another one, Washington crossing the Delaware, General Washington. And he did that. And a portrait of John Quincy Adams. And canvassing for a vote, several paintings. So I just looked them up, and there it was. Now, one that caught my eye was Mrs. George Caleb Bingham with son Newton, 1841. Now, 200 years before that, in 1643, 200 years, was born a man by the name of Isaac Newton. Did they take the middle name for their, or their first name for their son from the work and celebrity of Isaac Newton? I don't know. But I do know that next time the video is going to be about Isaac Newton. Until then, bye for now.